Hey guys, how's it going? What a crazy day for us investors. If you missed it, the DFV Roaring Kitty Congressional GameStop hearing was today. I watched all of it. We were basically live chatting it in the Discord server. What a great watch. Let me know in the comments below if you watched it. If you haven't yet, are you going to watch the recordings? There's tons of memes and clips already on the interweb, so make sure you check those out. But let's talk about Palantir today. Rough day in the market overall, but like I said, I spent about 5 hours watching the meeting, so really wasn't trading or watching the markets that much. But it's funny because once the first time that Mr. Gill was asked a question, he was asked if he would buy stock, basically if he likes the stock, and we're talking about GameStop. There was an instant spike on GameStop right when he said that, which was a little bit funny. But let's talk about Palantir today. Looking at the heat map here overall, what a brutal day in the market. Actually, the indices were down 1% or more right at market open. They slowly rallied back, but you can see they still closed red for the most part. Lot of red on the board. Even big tech was down. But let's take a look at Palantir because some big events happened on Palantir today. Again, had a red day today as well. Look at this, down 7.7% at the opening bell. Had an initial rally up to being down only 2.9% within the first 15 minutes of the market being open, but then immediately sold it off and pretty much traded flat all day long. We closed down 7.1% about during market hours. We are rallying back a little bit as I'm making this video, up 2.3% after hours trading, but Palantir has not been looking so hot lately. Take a look at this. On the week, it's basically taking a staircase down 22.8% on the week. On the month, you're also down over 6%. 3 months, you're looking okay. You're up almost 41%. But such a rocky road on the 3-month graph. Even the monthly graph, weekly, like I said, was pretty much down and to the right, which is the opposite of what you want to see in a ticker. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. I'm going to show you a news article. But looking at the option chain, if you want to sell some puts, maybe run the wheel strategy for next week, you would collect $204 in premium for putting up $2,550 in capital. That is going to give you a return on risk of 8% in a week, or I should say a little over a week, which is not that bad. Again, not the juiciest stock we've seen. If you want juicy, take a look at some of those crypto plays like Mara and Riot, but not bad nonetheless. Let's take a look at that news article and see if we can explain what happened today with Palantir. So this article is out of Bloomberg. I found it on Yahoo Finance and it's titled Palantir Slides with Nearly All Shares Unlocked for Trading. So what are they talking about? Well, today was the day that basically all the Palantir shares are available for trading because the share lockup expired today. And as you can see, declined 7% after a flood of shares became eligible to sell for the first time. Nearly all shares are now unlocked for trading, the result of an unusual restriction placed on stockholders when the data software company went public. Such lockups are common after initial public offerings, but less so for companies that list their shares directly on an exchange, as Palantir did on the NYSE in September. Now, 2 long-term investors said in interviews that they're still going to hold their shares. They're not going to sell even if they can. But one investor, billionaire George Soros, has publicly signaled he plans to exit his shares, which is not always good for investors because I don't know what his position was. I'm going to assume it was large because it looks like he has a lot of money to throw around. And when somebody like that dumps a bunch of shares, obviously smaller investors like myself are going to get a little bit worried, wondering what does he know that I don't know. But obviously Palantir has gotten a lot of shareholders over the past 2 decades since it was founded. It's been catching a lot of action on Wall Street bets, which we will take a look at in a second. But before now, starting in September when it went public, only 1/5 of their shares could be traded. Like I said, now pretty much every share is available to buy and sell. And if we scroll down here, you can see Palantir still has plenty of believers, this article says. We've covered this mainly in the past in many videos, but it has contracts with titans like BP, the UK, obviously the government and the military in the US. And Palantir stock has more than tripled since going public, but the lockup loomed over the company's quarterly financial report on Tuesday. Also, as an aside, those of you that have been watching my Corsair analysis, they also have a share lockup that is going to plan on being expiring next month in March. So maybe we'll see a little bit of a sell-off on Corsair as well. We'll have to see. But Cathie Wood, the CEO of ARK Invest, is behind it. They're backing that philosophy, saying Palantir's attitude is refreshing. It's exactly how we invest. We want our companies to invest aggressively. We don't want profits now. I am willing to bet that Cathie probably scooped up some more shares of Palantir on the cheap if it was on sale. I'm sure we'll get a report out either later today or tomorrow morning about what ARK Invest bought and sold. I wouldn't be shocked if Cathie didn't pick up some shares on the cheap today. Let's take a look at swaggy stocks here. So Palantir is the most commented ticker right now on Wall Street Bets. If we take a look here at the bottom and we go to Palantir, you can see the share price has gone down, 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 but actually the comment volume has gone up, and actually the negative sentiment has also gone up recently as well. So not all of the comments are good on Wall Street Bets. Let's see if we can do some updated technical analysis to try and predict where this stock is going to trade in the coming days. So in my last TA, I kind of identified what I thought may be an upward trending trend line here. And we can see we clearly broke that this past trading week. So I disagree with this arrow I drew at the time. I'm going to delete that for now. I'm also going to delete this upward trending trend line because right now, I think the trend is more to the downside, something along the lines of this. So what I need to see is us either holding support at a level or breaking to the upside. I really don't think this is going to add much, but just for demonstration, I drew it. I'm going to delete it right now just so it doesn't clutter up the graph. But take a look at the volume today on Palantir. A lot of volume today. So you wonder, is there a lot of volume because now all of those extra shares are available to trade and there was a lot of selling going on? We'll have to wait and see. Actually, the RSI is closer to the oversold side than the overbought side. So maybe there was a little bit of overreaction today in the market. It looks like based on my TA, I have a support level around $24 and an area of resistance right now around mid $25, and we're kind of right in the middle there. So it's going to be interesting to see what Palantir does tomorrow. And I think what I want to do is I want to change these Fibonacci levels to something along here, maybe the more recent lows and highs, to see how the data falls. I don't really like to look at that right now either, to be honest with you. Let's see how well these Fib levels hold up. It does look like this 50% Fibonacci level was an area of support and resistance a few days or a few weeks ago. Let's just see how that data holds up. But right now, I'm going to be looking to see, can Palantir break up and above and stay above around mid $25? Or are we going to continue the sell-off into the weekend since tomorrow is the last trading day of the week? Really, a part of this was also worsened by the overall market selling off. I mean, take a look at my watch list here. Every single stock is red. Mara down 14.5%, Riot down 20%. So like I said, some of this may have been the news on Palantir, but also it may have been worsened by it just getting dragged on down by the market selling off today. So here's the Sweepcast option flow platform that I use, and take a look at this. A lot of big money came in on Palantir today. Look at these flows: 7 million, 7 million, 5 million, 5 million, 3 million, 2 million. And they're all bullish plays according to the sentiment here. Some were puts, some were calls, but according to this analysis by this program, they were all bullish trades. Some of these came out in the morning around 9:51 a.m. Some of them came out during power hour during 3:30, 3:20 p.m. Eastern time. But wow, maybe there's a lot of big money that was buying this dip. Maybe they think that this was an overreaction and that they wanted to get in on Palantir on the cheap. Maybe some of these order flows were Cathie Wood. We'll find out. But if you're a long-time holder of shares or options on Palantir, let me know in the comments below. But I will say the order flow looks promising. The TA doesn't look that great until Palantir can prove to me that it's going to reverse the direction. Like I said, it's just been selling off for the past week and pretty much for the past month as well. As always, if you're not in the Discord server, make sure you sign up. Add me on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and StockTwits. And most importantly, let's end this week green, and I'll see you on the moon.